Now I would like to tell you something about Richard H. Aberwright, a multifaceted genius, a great scientist. He was a debater and a canoeist. He collected butterflies since childhood, worked on monarch butterflies, a cell and its DNA, inspired by his mother, Dr. Yughart, and his teacher, R.A. Wehrer. Okay. Now, something about Richard H. Aberwright mothers. Encouraged and inspired Aberwright interest in learning. Bought him instrument, cameras, his only companion. Got him the book, The Travel of Monarch X, that changed Richard Aberwright's life. Now we will be doing the question and answer. All the important question answer from the sample paper. So for my first question is, how did Richard Aberwright excite the scientific world at the age of 22? Richard Aberwright was just 22 when he excited the scientific world with a new theory. It was on how cells work. Aberwright and his college roommate explained the theory in an article in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Science. It was the first time that his famous scientist journal had ever published the work of college students. Then question number 2, there was one thing I could do, collect things. What did Richard Aberwright do in his childhood? Richard Aberwright was the only child. There wasn't much I could do there, but there was one thing I could do, collect things, said he. So he did. While still in kindergarten, he started collecting butterflies. By this time, he was in the second grade. He had collected all 25 species of butterflies found around his hometown. He also collected rocks, fossils, and coins. He sometimes did start gazing at night. Now, Richie was my whole life after his father died, said Richard's mother. Describe Richard Aberwright's relationship with his mother. Richard was in third grade when his father died. He was her mother's whole life and her only companion until he started school. She and Richard spent almost every evening at the dining table. She found work for him and Richard wanted to learn. His mother encouraged his interest in learning. How did Richard Aberwright's mother was a source of inspiration and encouragement in his quest for learning? Richard Aberwright was fortunate enough to have a highly helping and encouraging mother. She compensated the early loss of his father. She encouraged his interest in learning. She took him on trips, bought him telescope, microscope, cameras, mounting materials and other equipment. She found work for him and helped him in learning things and in many other ways. What book opened the world of science in the eager young collector Richard Aberwright? Richard Aberwright was fond of collecting things. By the time he was in the second grade, he had collected all 25 species of butterflies found around his hometown. But the book that opened the world of science to the eager young collector was The Travels of Monarch X. It was a children's book gifted to him by his mother. The book described how monarch butterfly migrated in Central America. So now the next question is, why and where did Richard Aberwright send the tag butterfly? So children, at the end of the book, The Travels of Monarch X, readers were invited to help study monarch butterflies migration. They were asked to take butterflies for research by Dr. Yughart. Soon Richard Aberwright was attaching light adhesives tags to the wings of monarch butterfly. He used to send them to Dr. Yughart for his research work. How did Albright basement became a home to thousands of monarch butterflies? Richard Albright used to send tagged monarch butterflies to Dr. Urquhart for his research work. Chasing butterflies one by one was difficult and he could not catch many, so he decided to raise some of the butterflies in his basement. He would catch a monarch butterfly, take her eggs and raise them. Then he would tag the butterfly wings and let them go. So his basement became a home to thousands of monarch butterflies. When and how did Richard Albright get a hint of what real science is? Richard Albright was in the 7th grade when he got a hint that real science was actually entered a country science fair and lost. Then he realized what real science is. When he did not get anything while everybody else had won something. It was a very sad feeling for young Albright. His entry was slides of frog tissues. He showed them under a microscope. He realized that winners had tried to do real experiments. On the other hand, he failed because he simply made a neat display. Why was Dr. Frederick A. Who was Dr. Frederick A. Urquhart? Why did Richard Albright look to him for fresh ideas? Dr. Frederick A. Urquhart was a scientist and teacher in the University of Toronto, that is Canada. He was doing research on butterfly migrations. Albright sent him many tagged butterflies for his research work. Richard Albright looked to him for fresh ideas and suggestions. So, Dr. Urquhart sent many suggestions for experiments which helped Richard Albright in winning many prizes in country and international science fair. Why do Viceroy butterflies copy monarch butterfly? What reason did Richard Albright give to this regard? One of Richard Albright's projects was to test the theory that Viceroy butterflies copied monarch butterflies. Viceroy looked like monarchs because monarchs do not taste good to birds. Viceroy butterfly on the other hand tastes good to birds. So they tried to copy and look like them to protect themselves from birds. Were 12 tiny gold spots on monarch pupa just ornamental? What did Richard Albright prove in this regard? What honor did this project bring to Richard Albright? Many thought that the 12 gold spots on a monarch pupa were just ornamental, but Dr. Urquhart did not believe it. Richard built a device that showed that the spots were producing a very important hormone. That hormone was necessary for the butterfly full development. This project won Albright first place in the country fair and an entry into the international science and engineering. What lesson did Richard Albright learn when he did not win anything at the country science fair? Richard Albright was in the 7th grade when he sent his first project in the country science fair. Everybody else had won something, but he returned empty-handed. It was really a sad experience for him, but his loss taught him an important lessons in life. He realized that to be a winner, he would have to do real experiment. His project of merely showing slide of frog tissue under a microscope did not click. He should have done real experiments, and that is what real science is all about. How did Richard Albright grow cells from a monarch butterfly wing? What did the project win for Albright? Richard Albright continued his journey further. He grew cells from a monarch's wings in a culture. He showed that cell could divide and develop into normal butterfly wing scales. They must be fed from the hormone received from the gold spot. This project won first place of zoology at the international fair. How and where did Richard Albright identify the hormone's chemical structure? After his freshman year at Harvard University, Albright went back to the laboratory of the Department of Agriculture. He did more work on the hormones of the gold spot. Using sophisticated instrument there, he was able to identify the hormone's chemical structure. How did Richard Albright give answer to one of the biology puzzles? How the cells can read the blueprint of the DNA, of its DNA. When Richard Albright saw X-rays photos of the chemical structure of a hormone, he did not cry, "Eureka!" He did not even say, "I've got it." He was sure that the photos gave him the answer to one of the biology puzzles. He had found not how the cell could read the blueprint of its DNA. DNA is a substance in the nucleus of a cell that controls heredity in the blueprint for life. My next question is, Richard Albright was a famous scientist, but he had time for other interests too. What were the other interests and hobbies of Albright? Richard Albright's journey as a scientist started since he first began collecting butterflies. However, he found time for other interests and hobbies too. He became a champion debater and a public speaker. He was a good canoeist. He was also an expert photographer. He excelled in photographing nature and scientific exhibits. Why did Richard Albright admire his teacher Richard A. Walhalla? Richard Albright had great respect and admiration for his social science teacher. He was Richard's advisor to the Debating and Model United Nations Club. Richard A. Walhalla was the perfect person for Albright, who opened his minds to new ideas. What was Richard A. Walhalla's opinion of the student Richard Albright? So, children, or how did this question can be asked in this manner, or how did Richard A. Walhalla, the social studies teacher of Albright, judged him? Mr. Richard A. Walhalla was Albright's social studies teacher and advisor. Richard A. Walhalla described Albright's man of varied interest. Albright put into 3 to 4 hours at night doing debate research. Besides, he was doing all his research with butterflies and his other insects and his other interests. Albright was competitive and wanted to be the best. Did Richard Albright have all the ingredients that are necessary in the making of a scientist? Give a reasoned answer. Or you can also be asked like that, assess Richard Albright as a scientist. Fortunately, Richard Albright had all the essential ingredients that are necessary in the making of a great scientist. He had a first-rate mind and always got first grade in school. At Harvard, he was second in his class of 1,510 strength. He had the curiosity of knowing why and how of things. Last but not the least, he was competitive and wanted to be the best. He had the will to win for the right reason. So these are a few question answer. Okay. Now children, there are many good questions that can come in the category of long question and answer. So we will be doing that also. Now one important question is, give a character sketch of Richard Albright highlighting his achievements and his added interest. Richard Albright was a many-faceted genius. He was a competent scientist, a lovable son, a respecting people or a student, and above all, a man with varied interests and hobbies. But first and foremost, he was a scientist. His fame rests on his wonderful works and achievements on butterflies. By the time he was in the second grade, Albright collected all 25 species of butterflies found around in his hometown. Albright was a great learner. He learned an important lesson at his first country science fair. He learned that winners do real experiments than making a neat display. The book Travels of Monarch S opened the world of science to the eager science collector. One of his famous projects was based on theory that Viceroy butterfly copied monarch butterfly to escape being eaten by birds. The project was placed first in the zoology division. Later, Albright shows that the spots on monarch pupa produced a hormone necessary for the butterfly's development. Okay. He also proved that DNA controls heredity and is the blueprint for life. So, Richard Albright got all his encouragement, help and inspiration from his mother. He was her only companion and they spent almost every evening at the dining table. She encouraged his interest in learning. She bought him telescope, microscope, cameras and other instruments for him. Dr. Urquhart helped him with new suggestions and ideas. His social studies teacher Richard A. Wehrer opened his mind to new ideas and made him competitive. Richard Albright was more than a scientist. He found time for other interests and hobbies. He was a champion debater and public speaker. He was a good canoeist and an expert photographer. He had a first-rate mind, competitive spirit and scientific curiosity. Okay, so how did Richard Albright not winning anything at his first country science fair motivate him to become a great scientist? So Richard Albright had started the work of butterflies and insects from a very early age. His main work was based on butterflies, particularly monarch butterflies. By the time he was in the second grade, he had collected all 25 species of butterflies found around his hometown. But he learned the lesson of his life when he was in the 7th grade. He got a hint of what real science was. He entered the country science fair with a project. His project was slide of frog tissue, which he showed under a microscope. In the fair, he failed miserably. He did not get anything while everybody else won something. It was really a very sad feeling for him. From his first country science fair, Albright came to know what real science was. He also learnt a lesson of knowing what made a winner. He realized his mistakes. He had only made a neat display of frog tissue under a microscope. He realized that winner had tried real experiments. From then onwards, he looked to Dr. Urquhart for new ideas and suggestions. Dr. Urquhart gave him number of suggestions for experiments. Continuous research and experiments won him great honor and prize locally as well as internationally. So children, with this, okay, we have already done all the important lessons, question answer, and with this I conclude my video here. Thank you and have a nice day ahead. Bye bye. Good morning student, I Purnima welcome you to my class. We were doing the lesson, children, the making of a scientist. So the author. Once again, I revise the main points of the lesson, and today we will be doing the question and answer. So, The Making of a Scientist is by Robert W. Peterson. He was a famous American newspaper writer who later became a freelance author of magazine articles. He wrote with authority, particularly on the topics of sports and scouting. Full stop. He was born in 1927 in Pennsylvania in the USA and died of lung cancer on 11th February 2006. Now let me discuss you the theme of the story. The Making of a Scientist is the story of the scientist named Richard H. Abercrombie. It is an interesting study of how Abercrombie became a scientist. After the early death of her husband, Abercrombie was everything for his mother. He used to get top grades in school. At a very early age, when he was just in the second standard, he had already collected 25 species of butterflies found around his hometown. The book The Travels of Monarch X gave him a thorough knowledge about the monarch butterflies. In the second year of his high school, Abercrombie began to search an unknown hormone in the gold spot of butterflies. In later years, he discovered how a cell could read a blueprint of its DNA. So this was the message and what was the central idea in the poem. Now I am going to tell you about the main points of the the lesson. At the age of 22, Richard H. Abercrombie excited the world of science with a new theory which he has discovered on the topic cell. Richard's scientific career started with butterflies. Abercrombie collected butterflies when he was in kindergarten. His mother encouraged his interest in learning. She took him on trips and bought telescopes, microscopes, cameras, and other equipments. His father died very young and his mother became his only companion and motivator. By the time Richard Abercrombie was in the second grade, he had collected 25 species of butterflies found around his hometown. His mother gifted him a children's book called The Travels of Monarch X. The Travels of Monarch X. So what was the name of the book? The Travels of Monarch X. The book described how monarch butterfly migrated to Central America and opened the world of science for Richard Abercrombie. He sent tag butterflies to Dr. Urquhart, the writer of the book. Abercrombie raised a flock of butterflies in his basement and would tag the butterflies' wings to send them to Dr. Urquhart. In the 7th grade, he entered the country science fair and lost. He wrote to Dr. Urquhart for new ideas and received many suggestions for experiments. The next year, his science fair project was to test the theory that viceroy butterflies copy monarch butterflies. The project was placed first in the zoology division and third overall in the country science fair. In his second year in high school, Richard Abercrombie discovered an unknown insect hormone. He and his friends showed that that tiny gold spot on butterflies produces a hormone that was necessary for the butterfly's full development. This project won Albright first place in the country fair and an entry into the International Science and Engineering Fair. He grew cells from a monarch butterfly's wing in a culture. Albright was able to identify the hormone's chemical structure. He showed how the cell can read the blueprint of its DNA, the blueprint for life. Richard Albright graduated from Harvard with highest honor, second in his class of 1516. Albright had time for other interests also. He was a champion debater, a good canoeist and an expert photographer. Richard Albright had great admiration for his social studies teacher, Richard A. Wellhauer, who opened his mind to new ideas. Richard Albright was competitive, but not in a bad sense. He wanted to be the best, and that was the reason for his success. The travel of Monarch X opened the world of science to him, and he never lost his scientific curiosity after that. So now we will be continuing the lesson. Something about the Richard I would like to discuss with you.